isn't it? But it is, and well, seasonal weight gains varies from person to person, but a certain phenomena during the holiday season tends to tip the scales in a less desirable direction for most. Surveys show that people tend to gain about 5 to 7 pounds on average during the winter months. Now, how do you avoid this? And being part of the statistics, well, for tips on how to stay in shape during winter, we're joined in studio by lifestyle guru Connie Bhebhe. Connie, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Nice to be here, Blaine.
Great to have you. Well, just tell us, I mean, it's so hard now, especially during winter.
Yeah.
I normally take a bit of a run in the mornings, early in the mornings or in the evenings, but it's so cold and it's hard to motivate yourself to get up. How do you do it? How do you stay motivated?
I fell into that same exact trap. I was in a really good regimen, and as soon as that winter cold came in, it becomes difficult. So the number one thing I would say is if you could find a way to work out in your home, then you really can kind of get rid of that little, like that temptation to just sort of like forget about it altogether. So being able to work out in your home is a great way to get your heart rate moving, and also feeling, that you can get your workout in without having to go to a gym, because that's also another thing. When it's cold, you're avoiding kind of moving too much, especially outside. So you want to be indoors more. So
practically, how can you do it? I found for myself, I've got a little stairway there. So I do a bit of like step workouts, something like that. Well, what sort of tips can you give people who want to do some workouts at home?
Actually, by chance, we actually created a little workout program that people can do. It's totally free. It's all over Instagram. It's on YouTube. You can find it. And it's called the 8x8 program that was designed by a doctor called Dr. Tabata. He's a Japanese sports scientist who established that if you move really, really fast for 20 seconds, it tricks your body to thinking that you're under attack. It's a survival mechanism. So animals have about 20 seconds to run away from becoming prey or to run after prey to catch that animal to eat. So it's actually built into our survival system. So if you can do those 20 seconds of something really, really intense and really difficult, and followed by 10 seconds of rest, really sort of kind of, you're pivoting from one move to the other. And that like little 20 seconds, you can do that for 4 minutes or 8 minutes as we do it. You actually put your body in a fat burning mode for up to 12 hours. So it's a way of tricking your body.
It's constant movement. Well, for 4 minutes, you do 20-second reps, and then rest for 10 seconds.
Yes, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds.
For 4 minutes.
Yes, and you really want to give it your maximum. So if you're doing a burpee, you need to do it as if that burpee owes you money. Like, you really got to give it your all, 100%.
In terms of, look, it's that kind of weather where you just want to sit in front of the couch, eat that comfort food. What sort of foods should we be staying away from? And what sort of foods can we eat during this time?
It's winter. You want to feel good. You want to snuggle up. You don't want to deprive yourself from little treats. So to say don't eat treats doesn't work. That's why we put it on to begin with. But you want to swap for some tea. Tea is warm. It will make you feel good. We always think of tea as like that nice little warm feeling that mom would make you tea when you're a little sick or something like that. So you want to go for hot beverages. If you can avoid the sugars, maybe put stevia or xylitol in your tea. That's a great way to sort of get a little bit of that sweetness and not, take in like chocolate milk that's full of sugar and and milk, of course, which is not always good for you. It increases inflammation. And then the other thing, what you want to do is you want to make sure you get as many nutrients in your diet as possible. We all are at risk of getting the seasonal cold. So you want to get a multivitamin in your diet. You want to get something like moringa, which is a very well-known plant here. It's got over 90 nutrients. So if you can get something like that in your diet, whether it's a smoothie or it's a little capsule that you take, then you're going to boost your immune system. You'll feel better, and then you won't have to take off 5, 6, 7, 10 days trying to fight a cold, which can totally affect your body goals.
What about having a bit of a tipple now and then? I know a lot of people like to have a cocktail now and then, now more than then. But what sort of drinks or can you suggest that will keep you healthy? I don't know if that's an oxymoron, but keep you healthy but still have the same effect.
Okay, so it's not summer, so let go of the beer, let go of the ciders. You don't need, we're not sitting on a porch really.
These high sugar drinks.
Get rid of that, and then just go for your regular wine. You're better off with wine. And whenever you do have a little bit of wine or an alcohol, make sure you partner with a little bit of a protein. So that could be nuts, a little bit of boerewors, or a little bit of a dried meat. So something, just a little protein. What it does is it stops the body from going into overdrive on your insulin. And because insulin is a weight gain hormone, so you want to avoid that. but you can have your drinks. Don't deprive yourself, but keep a mental note as to how much you are eating. I always say if you can count calories, you're probably going to be more accountable to yourself, and then you'll see where you can cut back a little bit and where you can, put a little bit more exercise into your life.
Folks, we're not encouraging you to drink, but if you're going down that route, then this is the tips that you need to take on. Just tell us a bit. Look, this workout is getting me really interested and excited because it's just 4 minutes, and that's equivalent to what, an hour on the
It's
on
actually
the treadmill
better
or
than
cycle?
an hour of cycling or the treadmill, because there's two ways to do things in life. You could do things the hard way, and you push, or you could figure out what is the minimum effective dose. MED, it's the 80-20 rule. What is the 20% that you can do that will give you 80% results versus the usual that people usually do. They do 80% of the work, only getting 20% of the results. So this is a way of tricking the body to wanting to be lean versus just forcing and pushing and trying too hard and then giving up after your Tuesday step class, and you go, and you forget about it. So how can we maximize our time? How can we take advantage of the MED? Do the minimum effective dose, and then you're just more effective as a person in general.
And just remind us where we can find that workout again.
Okay, so you just go to YouTube or you go to CobeFit.com, which is CEOBET. Sorry, no, COBEFIT.com. That's CobeFit on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere. And we currently have 8 phases. They're totally free. You just press play, get your wife with you, your daughter, your son, whoever, and see who can do the most burpees in those 20 seconds. It's really fun, actually.
What is a burpee, by the way?
A burpee, it's that one move where you get down to a plank position, and you come back up in your little fingers, and you jump up into a star jump, and it's difficult. It's actually the worst, but it's the best.
Maybe we'll get you back in, get into your fitness clothes, and then you can show us how it's done.
Maybe.
Sometime in the future. Connie, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
And sharing these tips with us. That's Connie's the lifestyle guru, as she's called, Connie Bhebhe there. All right, let's take a quick break. I'll get you more news after this. Stay with us.